Live, episode 125. Action. Hold on one second, folks. How's it going, YouTube? DMTombstone Belts back here again with a brand new episode of DMTombstone Live for you folks. And before we continue on with this, just let you guys know that whatever happens here on DMTombstone Live, it's unsanctioned, uncensored. Anything that happens. Trying to keep it family friendly as possible. And guys, just let you know, make sure if you enjoy what you're watching, make sure to hit the like because I'll be watching this icon up here for how many likes it'll get. And don't forget to leave comments below as well. And if you're new to my channel and want to know what I'm all about, especially of all those in the background, especially of all my belts I have here on my channel, go check out my main channel of 438 videos. Let me try adjusting the camera a bit. There we go. For 438 videos. And if you enjoy it, make sure you hit the like, make sure you share it, and make sure you subscribe. After all, guys, last time I checked, 761 subscribers. Wow. And I gotta say, guys, that makes it 39 subscribers away. 39 away from reaching 800. And I'm nearly getting. I can't even think to myself to think that, wow, already passed the goal of last year's with 200 plus subscribers I got last year. And we're nearly coming to the end of this year, and I'm still growing. And then I'm going to try to do a full total count of how much I got by the end of this year until we jump into 2026. And right now, I'm surprised I'm getting close to nearly 300 subscribers. And it's because of people like you that I keep this going. Anyway, let me give you guys an update on what's been going on. And so far, I have received the message from Pez. And yeah, he got my belt in the mail and he showed it to me. He says, great quality work. And I say, thank you, Pez, and I hope you enjoyed that homemade belt. It was probably one of my best projects I've always wanted to do. There, when I make a belt for the fans on YouTube that watch my channel and I give it away to them, I try to do to my best quality for that belt as much as possible. And you know, I'm glad you like it, as well as many others that have taken my projects, like Jordan Ramsey, who has one of my homemade block logo white strap WWF Intercontinental and the revisited WWE spinner, and of course Brother Kane with one of my undisputed titles. Like as well, like Cameron McCulloch and as well my buddy Frank. But yeah, I glad to see that the 700 subscriber winner of the belt giveaway has received his belt, and he says it's great quality. I say thanks to you again, and I hope you enjoy that belt. Maybe hope we'll see it on your video, when you upload it on video on your channel, guys. Check out Pez, capital P, lowercase e, capital Z. Yeah. And as well, if you have subscribed and all that, make sure you also be notified by ringing that notification bell, ding ding ding, when obviously you guys will be notified when I do live streams, like obviously today and possibly tomorrow. When I do be doing live streams, and as well, there'll be one more live stream probably on Monday before I go back to work. And I'll try to be doing as much of these live streams as I can possibly. And, you know, it'd be stuff like that. And I gotta say, wow, I'm already at nearly 125 of these live streams and doing them for you guys. It means a lot. I had a couple guests on here like Dex, you know, my friend Dex, who helped me get into this live stream stuff. He does live streams as well, mostly with music, but he also does stuff with wrestling with his new channel, Wrestle Chat. I have been a part of that channel as well. Leave me comments. I hope he can send me a link so we can do live streams there. Guy just needs to hit me up every now and then. If the guy subscribed to my channel, is like, hey Dex, make sure if you're watching this, make sure to hit me up, man. We gotta start doing live streams again, man. As well, my buddy Stephen Hammer. I didn't send him a link today because obviously he's telling me he couldn't join it today. He is on his way to the Hogan's store down in Florida, which I've been to, and I gotta say it was amazing. So I say, don't worry, guys. We'll get Stephen Hammer back on here more times when we can, when he's available. But like I said, as a man, I understand when people are busy that they don't have time to be joining live streams, and I respect it, and I respect that, and I understand. Believe me, many times even I may have trouble doing live streams or doing videos at my time. I'm glad to say that at least now I'm trying to get over this illness before before I get back to work and all that stuff. But yeah. So last night, oh yeah, I want to say my thoughts of SmackDown last night was quite obviously a good one because what better way to end SmackDown when we find out we have a brand new United States champion being Sami Zayn. And I can't say he did it alone. He had the help with Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu that took out the MFT before Sammy hit Solo Sikoa with two Haluma kicks to claim the victory. And now Sami Zayn, for the first time, is now the United States champion. And now it just means he's one more. You need to get one more title in his collection to be a Grand Slam champion. He has won both tags. He's been the three-time Intercontinental champion, and now he's the United States champion. All that's left is to be a world champion. I mean, I don't know how it is, but I'm pretty sure of it how they claim as Grand Slam. I don't know if it is you have to win every single title that WWE has, or you just have to be like mid card, tag, and world. I think it's more like that. That's why John Cena is not a. No wait. I'm pretty sure it has to be like it has to win both U.S. and Intercontinental, win both tags, or just win a tag, then win a world title, and then it claims his Grand Slam. I think that's how it goes. So yeah. So now Sami Zayn, if he wins the world title, I think sure he could be known as the Grand Slam champion. Because The Miz is Grand Slam champion, even though he hasn't won the Universal or a World Heavyweight Championship. He's won WWE title twice. So I'm pretty sure the way they say Grand Slam, at least you have to win one of the world titles, win both mid cards, and win the tags to consider it a Grand Slam. Yeah. But I'll be excited to see Clash of Paris tomorrow night. And I've seen other news that's been happening. We're watching WrestleMania because of hearing news that the Clash of Paris is going to be the last PLE for Peacock, and then the rest of it's going to be involved with ESPN, which obviously I think is just ridiculous. Summer Girl, hi Summer Girl, how are you? Glad to see you on my channel and glad to see you posting the comments. So don't forget, guys, if you want, ask me anything, and I'll read your comments and all that right here live on the stream. So thank you, Summer Girl. Thank you for being part of this live stream, and I hope you're enjoying it. So, like I said last night, we see more setups for Clash of Paris. Like we now see that Sami Zayn's won the U.S. title, and we're seeing more about Logan Paul versus John Cena. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. Mafioso or Mafioso. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. What are you doing? I'm just doing a live stream, watching some videos on YouTube. But yeah, just something to fill in the time and the void. You know, I know you guys say it's the weekends. You should be doing something. Well, I am doing something. I'm trying to live stream for you guys. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, Mafioso. Or is it Mafioso? I don't know how to pronounce names. Like I can say it the way I see it, but if it's not pronounced the right way, I do apologize. But yeah, I've been doing okay. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. Like I'm still waiting for my stones to come in the mail now. Getting stones to start working on the main plate for the undisputed title. I don't know when they'll come in. Summer Girl with the heart emotions. Oh, thank you, Summer Girl. Yeah, but like I said, so far nothing's been going on with I hear between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Chances are Cody Rhodes ain't gonna get involved in any matches at Clash of Paris because as of right now, he actually now has another baby. He has a second baby. So congratulations to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. But as well, he also is doing filming along with Roman Reigns on like that new Street Fighter movie. So I'm pretty sure there's another reason for that. But he eventually may come back and it still defend his title on certain days when he can. But you gotta obviously realize he's gonna take time off. I am at a beach house right now. Oh, that's real nice. At a beach house. I mean, it always sounds good. I remember going to places on vacation, like around near Florida and that. Wow. Summer girl, hard. Yeah. I gotta say, I mean, hey, we're near the end of the summer, and I gotta say, I like it better where it's not as hot. Believe me, being inside there and dealing with the AC and all that, yeah. And then now the weather's changing, and it always sucks because you always end up getting sick when the weather starts to change. Yeah. But I do must say, it is, like I said, I'm working on this. I like this video. Thank you, Summer Girl. Like I'm saying, right now I'm waiting for stones to come in the mail to get these borderline stones that are here on the main plate restoned. And then all left would be to do is the black stones on this on the belt. And I'm not sure if I would do that or not, depending on because I'm pretty sure I will eventually. I just gotta find the color of the stones. Because after all, so far this will be the first belt I do that's a fully 100% restone with cubic zirconias or CZs as we call them. Most of my other belts I have restoned mostly with Swarovski crystals, like my network logo WWE Championship and my Blue Universal are 100% Swarovski crystals. Oh, cool. Thank you, Summer Girl. As well, like my WWE spinner is also Swarovski, and my Big Eagle, the Undisputed, my Cruiserweight. Pretty much majority of my belts I have are 100% Swarovski crystals. But I have the, the big logo, scratch logo belt. Part of it is with Swarovski, and part of it is cubic zirconias or CZs. The red universal, I kind of would say about a mere 70 to 80% is CZs. Bye, Summer Girl. Yeah, so I'd say the red universal is mostly, I would say about 30 to 40% of it is Swarovskis, while the other 70 to 60 is CZs, cubic zirconias. And I am still working more on getting cubic zirconias in my belts now, especially with square stones because the cubic zirconias sparkle and look a whole lot better than with the Swarovski crystals because when you get the big square Swarovski crystals, they just look like big thick pieces of like glass stones or something like almost like the stock stones, only now is like sparkle in them. In fact, I'll show you. Like here, you can see the typical Swarovski crystals right here. You can see most of the patterns of like X's in that. Kind of looks a lot like the stock stones. Most likely, it's just like the majority of it's just patterned into an X shape in the center of the stone. But when I get my red universal and and you can see much difference. It still has that X-like shape, but you see more like design cuts in there, like triangles and stuff like that. It's not like a basic sparkle look to it. They still both sparkle a lot better than the stock stones, and no question about that. But I like the feel of cubic zirconias more because I think real belts on WWE or any wrestling company that has a belt with stones in it, they actually use CZs. They don't usually use Swarovskis. Unless like the stone falls out and they can't find one quick enough to replace, so they may find like a Swarovski crystal shop to replace it with until they you know like in the case like a stone falls out, they may use a Swarovski to replace it because they couldn't get a cubic zirconia. But most times it's cubic zirconias, and I do say so. When you use a cubic zirconias over Swarovskis, I mean, if whatever you can afford and you can find is a lot better. And as well, cubic zirconias, you can get them in all sizes. When it came to Swarovskis, some of their sizes they don't have in a certain size. Yeah, majority of them don't come in the right sizes. Like I can never find a 7 millimeter Swarovski crystal compared to a in square. But then when I look for cubic zirconia, they have them in all sizes from even the point 0.5 millimeter sizes. That's why I mostly like to go to. Hi Ram, what's up? Hi Ram, how are you? That's why I prefer to maybe go switch. I switch from Swarovskis to cubic zirconias now. But replacing the stock stones is better always. And I always say to people, go for the pointed backs. Never use flat backs because at that point it's just there is a big difference when you're using flat backs to pointed back stones. What are you doing? Just live streaming and giving my thoughts of what's been going on this week. It's like last night on SmackDown, we have a new United States champion, Sami Zayn, and he won in France. Look at this, guys. A Arabic Canadian wrestler won the U.S. belt in France. Did you watch yesterday? Yes, I did. I was just mentioning it. Yeah. I'm just sweating up a storm here, but hey, it just helps me out. Sweating up the sickness. And of course, tonight is AEW Collision, Saturday Night Collision. I'll be excited to see that. And then for them tomorrow, it's gonna be as well on Sunday. He is from Syria. Well, yeah. Well, then again, yeah, I think he was like from Saudi Arabia. Well, he's not from Syria. He was born and raised in Canada, but his family that was born and raised from in Syria or somewhere in Saudi Arabia, I think, or someplace like that. And they now live in somewhere in Quebec, Canada. Although that's where he met his buddy Kevin Owens. Yeah, about that. A non-American wins U.S. champion. What's your opinion about that? Well, it's just something that. Well, it's all. I gotta say, it's no problem with me. I mean, especially when it's a favored non-American like Sami Zayn. Reminds me of the time when it was like at WrestleMania. What was it, 33? When it was Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens, basically two Canadians fighting for the U.S. title. Why is that kid taking photos from backside? What do you mean? Oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
Ashley Madison must shut down immediately, or else we will release all customer records, real names and addresses, and employee documents and emails. Welcome to your worst f***ing nightmare.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Is Pez here? What your mom talking? Oh, nothing. I mean, that kid seen apologize to him. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they did something like that, because after all, he was like, it was a time when he was a heel, and then now he's a baby face. Of course, he's gonna apologize too. The person he acted like a douchebag to. The wrong. I mean, to right a wrong he did. Is Bez here? I'm not sure, but he did message me about that belt I sent him. And he said he got the belt, so now he's waiting for to maybe have it hanged up. and we'll hopefully hear more about it sometime. Who's to say? Hopefully. Okay, I'll use this. But yeah. Hold on one second, folks.
Sent emails. Welcome to your worst nightmare.
Did you watch any TNA show in a few days? Yeah, I did watch TNA. I watched. I, s- I mean, it's okay. It's been an okay show. I mean, you know. Just one second, folks. Doing something right now. Yeah, I have been watching TNA, and it's an okay show. Did you watch that Mark Henry defend Michael Jackson? I heard about it on WrestleMania. I mean, again, guys, think it's his opinion. And as well, you gotta think it. Michael Jackson is not a wrestler. He is a MMA fighter, like his dad, Rampage Jackson. And when you messing around in a sport that you're not familiar with, you gotta realize something was about to happen. And yet now it seems like WWE is cutting ties with the company that that incident happened with, which happens to be owned by Rikishi, of all people. And it seems to me it's now just they just don't want any turmoils happening with their company after all that stuff. It's like, you gotta realize when you're messing with fire, you're eventually gonna get burned. Roger Jackson is crowd. I mean, obviously there's gotta be a lot of stuff. People still talking about stuff that happened like that. I mean, then again, you gotta think about the other guy. He's a former Army veteran. I don't know. I mean, Army veteran or let's just say a military veteran because I don't know if he was a Marine or if he was in the Navy SEALs or anything like that. He was a military veteran, and yet he was now a wrestler, and he's dealing with PTSD and all that stuff. And then he decides to add Raja Jackson to the skit, and yet, and you see the film, he smashes a soda can or whatever that, a can of beer or whatever that liquid was, over Raja's head, and Raja didn't do anything. And someone just tells him it's gonna be part of the show when you gotta give the guy a receipt. And then the guy starts to beat him down like numerous times, literally ground and pound his ass, and nearly almost crushed his skull. I mean, yeah, he punched 20 times. He's trying to kill that person. Yeah, but I mean, then again, like they say, it's like the incidents that happened with New Jack. There's a thin line when it comes to pro wrestling. There's a thin line between working to felonious assault. I mean, when you decide that yeah, you're gonna allow the guy to do this, and nobody's pulling the guy off when he realizes he's punching him for real, they think it's a work. But when they see the guy's not moving and yet he's still punching them, and he's just and it's like it wasn't, and you realize it wasn't supposed to happen. Like it's not part of the show. He was only supposed to punch him a few times before someone pulls him off. Then yeah, that is a felonious assault. But again, that's my opinion. Because Dave, whatever happened to incidents with New Jack, if he really wants to do something, then why he do nothing when he was smashed by a can? Well, probably because they said he was also concussed at that point. Maybe it was when he got hit with that can, it just rung his bell and he didn't know what was going on. And when they tell him, like, when someone tells him, yeah, you're about to get him a receipt in the ring, just beat his ass, they don't literally mean, like, yeah, get revenge and just beat the living shit out of him till he can't walk no more. Like, that's it. You got to remember, guys. Roger Jackson is not a pro wrestler. He does not know wrestling lingo and does not know, like, oh, it was all just a show. Like, he didn't really mean to hit you and all that. And if he did, he would apologize. Like, stuff like that. That person apologized. Yeah, he did. But think it, guys. Sometimes you gotta realize when it comes to wrestling, when you try to make it where it's just a show, and I said when he doesn't realize it's a show, that's when you realize he should probably not. Then why he tried to kill that person? I don't know. More question is why did nobody pull him off when they realized he was going way too far with it? They literally waited until he started just smashing him time and time again in the head, and they realizing he's actually punching the guy for real. Because the wrestlers in that ring should have known better to pull Raja off him when he realizes, oh shit, he's actually punching the guy, knocking like breaking bones and shit, and he's acting in a way that seems like he wants to kill the guy. Like he realizes, oh shit, this is not like a wrestling thing anymore. This guy's acting like he's in the octagon, ground pounding a heavyweight, or whatever weight class he was in. So I would say it was kind of a big mistake on all counts, not just Raja, but Stu, but as well the promoters of the wrestling show, because they should have known better. Unless the guy was familiar how wrestling is, like give him you know, few hints and pointers, none of this would have happened. Chances are you could have told him, hey, none of this is real. You shouldn't have to punch the guy for real. Roger Jackson is an asshole. Maybe he is, but think it, guys. You gotta realize there's a thin line. You gotta realize you're messing who you're messing with, and a guy like Roger Jackson. I mean, if you know from his dad, Rampage Jackson, you should know better not to mess with MMA fighters. Even for a company that's not even pushing MMA fighters into wrestling, they're just there as a celebrity thing. You can see everyone is is that person. Yes. But you like again, you gotta realize you have to be cautious and you just gotta be careful who you're hanging out with, and you gotta be careful once you realize the guy is about to cross that line. You need to step back and protect yourself. Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. One second. Hey guys, yeah, be right back. Just 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Had a little problem here. Oops. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Real MMA fighter to fight to face, not like Raja Jackson that pounces on the guy who was unconscious. Well, we don't know if he was unconscious before the attack. Roger Jackson should be in prison. Well, again, guys, like they said, wrestling, it's it's still it's still a thing how it is back in the day. Like, and think about what happened in the '90s. What again? Mentioning again, the late great New Jack, which I think his name was something Young. I think it was Darren Young or something like that. I'm not trying to remember the guy's actual name. Oh, Jerome Young. Jerome Young, aka New Jack, he had a lot of allegations with him how he was in the ring, how he attacked people. But think it, it's all about how people grew up, and as well as how well they are aware and how they do wrestling. Think it, Roger Jackson, MMA fighter, always been an MMA fighter. Did not know about professional wrestling and has nothing to do with professional wrestling. When they get involved, and without any, leeways or pointers on how they do it, accidents are bound to happen. Remember, wrestling's not ballet. And some wrestler defense, Roger Jackson. Well, again, yeah. Think of it as some people's point of views. Like my point of view, my opinion, it was a bit honest mistake and an accident. People gotta remember, Roger Jackson. Maybe he wasn't all there that day when he did this, but we know that at least it didn't get any worse than it was. People pulled him off and all that. But if they would have known better, if they knew that he went off script or went rogue and didn't know what was going on, people would have jumped in and probably pulled him off. And if it really came to it, if they had to fight him off, all means they could have just popped the guy in the face for real, or like hit him below, kick him in the nuts. Surely any MMA fighter that gets hit in the nuts is not going to continue to fight. But like I said, it was just an accident. The way I see it, it's an accident. And should he be charged for it? Who knows? Who's to say? But I do know it's hard to talk about an allegation like this when it comes from professional wrestling, because professional wrestling accidents happen all the time in wrestling. either if it's accidental or on purpose. And you can never tell if it's a work or if it's a shoot or if it's a real deal. That's why this incident with Roger Jackson and Stu, it's a hard thing to go by because you never know if it's an actual real thing that happened or if it's just part of the show. The attempt to murder. Well, so did New Jack. New Jack many times attacked people with a blade and actually was stabbing the people. Think of him with that red guy back in the early 2000, like somewhere in the 2000s during an indie match. The guy popped New Jack in the nose too many times, and it was actually the New Jack was getting pissed off about it. He pulled out a knife and stabbed the guy like 9 times in the head. And at that point, someone was calling the police on him. You gotta think, was he really attempting murder, or it was just like they MMA fighters when they do many fights and they get they get hit a lot, their brain's not all there. And plus, too, if they get concussed in that, you gotta remember. That's why they try to do. That's why most MMA fighters don't last too long. Most boxers don't even last too long. Like Muhammad Ali, he too suffered from brain damage from getting hit a couple times as well. Do you think Najee Jackson did right? No. I mean, I don't know what happened with that, but this is what you were basically. It's like you poking a sleeping bear. What did you think was going to happen? Unless you had that bear trained and was used to around people, maybe it won't attack you. But if you're going to go to a wild out in the forest and poke a wild bear that's not been around people, and while its cubs are nearby, what do you think was going to happen? It's going to maul your ass. Exact same thing when it is with Roger Jackson. He was never performed in a professional wrestling ring. He never ran ropes, never took bumps, never took like what they did as a worker's punch, where basically how they see punches in the wrestling ring. It's not a closed fist like this. It's known as an open fist. It looks like a fist, especially from far distance for people that even at the ringside seats where they see this, instead of a close, it's a more of an open fist, and you're doing it quickly. It's not a lot of punch force. And as well, they're just rubbing off the guy. Just, it looks like it's full force, but it's not. Not like if you close your fist and throw with all your might and you're actually trying to break his jaw, which obviously, pretty sure that's what Roger Jackson did. But people didn't act quick enough because they thought it was part of the show. No matter what happens in earlier, because he was apologized and the matter why he attempted to murder. Well, if he really was attempting to murder, why would he just be punching the guy? If he really wanted to kill him, he could have just choked the son of a bitch out. Punching the guy, that doesn't mean you're going to kill him. It just means you could have him brain damage and all that stuff. But if he really wanted to kill him, he would probably have choked him out and made him and basically suffocated him to death. Like simple fact, if he could have just put him in a rear naked choke and hold it there for minutes on minutes, knowing the guy's out and he's not defending himself and nobody's out there to take him off, then yeah, I could say that's literally attempted murder. But simple ground and pound, that could maybe just be a felonious assault, as far as my concern. Hold on one second, folks. Many pounces can kill a person. Oh, because many punches can kill a person. Well, yes. To the point maybe like they hit them hard enough to where they get swelling of the head and that. Yes, I can see that. But if he was really trying to kill him, he would have known that probably may have taken too long. The guy could survive, or fact is, he won't die right away. If you really want to kill him, your best bet, you want to kill the guy quickly. And think of that. Punching him it's a slow death. Let's just say like swelling of the brain, gets an aneurysm, dies of a stroke. Yeah, that's still murder, but it's slow. If he really wanted to kill the guy, he wants to kill him fast to the point where he can't even defend himself or have a chance to come back and retaliate. That's how much I think about him. He was back to back, hit hard punches to that person. So it clearly was an attempted person. Well, again, like I say, maybe it was attempted murder. But most people are going to see it as a felonious assault because A, they check the guy, see if he was breathing or not. I mean, two, it all, I mean, I'm about no guilt. Well, again, I gotta see. Would you consider it attempted murder with a deadly weapon? It's an assault with a deadly weapon because that means all MMA fighters gotta be cautionary when they get physical with certain people that heckle them. Because as soon as an MMA fighter puts their hands on somebody, they could be arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. Because as MMA fighters, they're trained with punches and kicks and all these other moves. They could be considered as attempted murders all the time when they throw hands that are not inside an octagon. Just say, suppose if John Jones he throws a kick at you, would you consider that an assault with a deadly weapon? Because technically, a kick can kill a guy. Kick him hard enough in the head, break his neck, or even get him an aneurysm, stuff like that. And I don't know why people defend Roger Jackson. I'm not defending the guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. But you can't just blame Raja Jackson on this. There's always when there's a situation like this, there's got to be multiple sides of a story. There's both sides of the story. May God bless all. Yeah. Like I said, it's not just Raja's fault. You got to look also with Stu. You also think about the promoters. You got to think about all the wrestlers that were involved with this incident. The guy that filmed it. You got to think. Everyone has at fault. You got to think of it like for me, because I watch too much personal injury court. You got to think of it by the ways of the law. When there's responsibility to it. And the way I see it, Roger Jackson is about maybe 50% at fault. But when the other wrestlers, like Stu, who started by smashing a can on the guy's head, and then they said you could get back at me while in the ring and get your receipt, and he does not know lingo in that. And when you're expecting him to like, oh, you just take me down, give me a few punches, and that be it. Are you excited for Clash of Paris? Yes, I am excited for Clash of Paris. But like I said, for Raja Jackson, he did not know about the wrestling and wrestling lingo and all that stuff. And when the wrestlers suspected him he was going to get involved in all that, and they allow it, they're taking responsibility of the fact that what it may happen if it goes wrong, they have to realize they're allowing it because they said go right on ahead. So again, you can't say in the court of law about suing both of them because both are equally responsible. Roger Jackson is at fault because chances are he maybe should not have been there if he had a concussion and didn't know where he was and yet thought he was threatened and that's why he had to try to hurt and harm the guy and not yet potentially try to kill him. Then you got to think as well for the wrestling company that fault because they allowed him to do this. They said go right on ahead and do it. They didn't have any security guards or anyone try to hold him back from doing this. What do you think is bad? Crash a can or a punch a guy? After that person apologized. But that's the thing. Apologies does not mean the person's at fault. But I still say it's 50-50. Dude, believe me, I know about that. I've dealt with my bullies most of my time in school as well. One kid talked shit about my mama. I threw a wad of paper at his head. In response, he turned me around and socked me right in the jaw. And there were many times I could have retaliated and literally threw this guy. We were in a classroom, like the science room or something, shit like that. With the science rooms, they had those black granite top tables. And I'm thinking, as soon as this kid punched me, he knocked the glasses off me. I was wearing glasses at the time. He knocked my glasses off. They hit the floor, and I stood there just seconds he did that, a teacher came in and saw that. And if it wasn't for the fact the teacher showed up and saw that, obviously he got worse of a punishment than I did. I just got detention because the fact was I started by throwing a lot of paper at him. But since he physically assaulted me, he got more of a suspension. But but yet, realistically, my thoughts when I was there, like my thoughts were, I was gonna pick the son of a bitch up, slam him on this granite top table, and smash his head in it time and time again. That's like my thoughts, like that. How, like you say, like how it is with Stu compared to Raja Jackson. When someone, it's not 50-50. That person apologized and said sorry, and Raja Jackson also said, okay, then why did he do that? Well, again, I didn't pay close attention to that. But they, again, like I said, when I mentioned this is from personal injury court. Just because the person apologizes does not mean he's at fault. It's just because it's a moral thing to do. You apologize for what you do. I say it should be both ways. If the guy didn't know he smashed the can too hard on Raja, he should apologize. And if Raja knew he was gone too far, he too should apologize. That's why I say it's 50-50. That's why I believe Raja is not the only guy at fault. But that's my opinion. I'm not supporting the guy. I just say it as I see it. And the way I see it, both sides are at fault equally. Raja should not have gone into a ring when he wasn't prepared for it. Just say it, like other MMA fighters, like Ken Shamrock, Ronda Rousey. They're former UFC fighters, and they adapted to WWE, and they learned to adapt from doing real fighting and judo and shit to working a wrestling match. Raja did not have that. He straight up went in there thinking, oh, I'm just going to beat some guy up. Didn't know how hard to hit him. He was going to be thinking, oh, I'm going to try to hit him as hard as I can. That's probably what he thought. That's it. Nobody gave him the full on length of what he was going to do or what he had to do. He just thought, oh, just say when people don't want, and he probably never watched wrestling. Some people don't watch wrestling, don't know what it's all about. Like they're thinking, oh, when they see it, they think they're getting hit for real in that. Maybe. People don't know it's choreographed in that. If he really wants to give punch to the guy to that, then why he didn't punch him when he punches? Well, that's why I'm not gonna go on full length about this stuff, But I'm saying chances were, when he smacked him in the head with that can, maybe it rung his bell and he was a little stunned and he didn't know where he was. He couldn't. Maybe he wanted to retaliate right away, but something stopped him from doing it when he got hit. When people get concussed, you don't see them get reacted right away with it. Like imagine if I popped you in the head with a square to the temple and that could cause a concussion, or if not yet, hit you hard enough that you black out a bit and stun, you're standing, you ain't knocked out, but yet you just realize you have a concussion. You're not gonna just straight up shake that shit off and ready to fight back. Most people can't do that. The human body's not capable to shake off a concussion right away. And if you try to, it's just going to be more worse than the last time. That's what I'm saying. People need to investigate more on this and see who and how it went. And as far as I'm concerned, by looking at the cameras and way how people react to it, both people are at fault. That's why I say, Amram, you can't just judge a book by its character. And when it comes to situations where it involves with this type of stuff, you gotta look at both sides of the story. You gotta look at it from Raja's side, and you gotta look at it from the promoter's side. Because if they knew he was that dangerous or that was going to happen, they wouldn't allow him to get anywhere within the ring side of that. I think Clash of Paris is going mid. Well, hard to tell because I mean, it's all about what the matches are. Like we see Roman versus Bronson Reed. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna see the World Heavyweight Championship, the Fatal Four Way match. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Those are the only three I know, but I know there's probably more. But we'll see how it goes. But anyway, wow, we're almost going for a full hour. Wow, the longest I've been to do this. But anyway, I'm gonna probably put an end to this stuff. So I'm gonna do the outro right now. We're near the 2 minute warning. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you leave a like on this stream, and all right, I'll just put this on. Sorry about that, guys. Make sure as well, if you're new to my channel, extreme date will be tomorrow, possibly tomorrow. But like I said, make sure you guys have a notification on so you guys be notified when I be doing a live stream. You're when I do a live stream or be doing a video. It could be tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow around noon or whenever I can. But yeah. So if you guys also watching my channel or new to my channel, want to know what I'm all about, especially the things in the background, check out my main channel, about like 430 some videos. Like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, guys. Let's try to get me to 800, guys. We're 39 subscribers away from 800. And it's for people like you that help me out. I want to give thanks back the way I do with belt giveaways. So, guys, let's try to get it going to 800. Let's get closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can get started to get this channel bigger than it was before. And it needs your guys' help for it. Like again, don't forget to ring that notification bell, needing to be notified when I do a live stream. Roman Reigns don't win any match in PLE for 667 days. What about the last match he was in? I thought there was that tag match at SummerSlam. But anyway, so be notified to do videos and live streams. Also follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone96, and as well on Instagram at DME96, where I may post pics there before I post stuff here on YouTube. Shout out to my friends like Stephen Hammer, STEPHEN Hammer, who does belt-related videos as well. And as well, shout outs to my friend Dex, who does live streams mostly involved with music, but he also has a new channel called Wrestle Chat. Check it out, Wrestle Chat. Thank you guys so much. Single match. Oh, okay. I'm DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing out. See you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody.